Hello, it's Carla here and I'm with Severin. At the moment we're doing an exercise series for stretches. This is a really nice series to do after your running and thoracic mobility exercises, but it is also a nice one to do after some of your drop foot work and feet work that we did in other videos. Now, Severin, we are going to start with you taking your domes, and I'm going to get you to put them behind your knees. Okay. Now, Severin is pretty hardcore, so she has all three domes. If you find that this is too much for you, you will just take one dome or just the two domes, okay? And what she's done is she's tucked her toes under, and that will add a bit more strain or load onto your tibialis anterior, which is the front part of your ankle. If that's too much for you, flatten your feet out and just have them like I have here, there. So what she's going to do is just press her legs down and she's going to curl. Good. And straighten. Now the next part of what you've seen is Severin has the timber bases in her hands to help strengthen in her intrinsic muscles of her hands as she takes herself through this series. So roll back and forward, and you can add the arm movement through and back. And you can see that what she's doing is working into extension to open out the chest, and that extension will help you with the release of your hamstrings. Just about 3 to 4. You will probably find this so delicious. You'll probably do this about 10 to 15 times. But for now, we'll just do 3 to 4 repetitions. Now what we will do is take your bottom up, and I'll move that along a little bit more. So now she'll take her feet down. What she's doing is trying to trigger and release through the hamstring as she's doing this. Just a couple more. Curling back and forward. It's just beautiful to watch her do this movement. You feel so balletic. And back. And remember to breathe as you lift your chest up. A big breath in. And a big breath out as you curl back. And one more time. I'll try not being hit, and we'll come forward and around. Now Severin, can you just lift your bottom up, and I will put this here and here. You'll have to do this for yourself at home. Now, she's going to keep her toes curled under if she can, and she's going to try and roll the heels back. Now, for some of you, this might be just a bit too hard. Put your hands down beside you to push yourself back. But ideally, what you want to do is be able to rock one knee down and keep the other heel back. Once again, this is about strengthening this area here and getting a nice stretch. If it's a strain, don't do it, but also appreciate sometimes it's going to be a little bit hard when you first do this. Nice. How's that feel? Okay. While she's doing that, I'm just going to set her up for the next. Actually, I'll do that on there. Okay. Nice. And keep that heel down if you can, and you're going to put this foot back on here, heel, and curl the toe. Now, you can make it a little bit higher depending on your foot. You're going to keep that there, and you're going to slide this leg forward and back, okay? Working through the hamstring, but at the same time trying to get a stretch for the tibialis anterior. If you want, you can try and lower that knee down. She might hit me if I make her do it too much. And then back and up. Just 2 more. Remember, you're enjoying yourself. And we'll just change feet. Put the other foot there. If you are seriously running, these series of exercises are very useful to get your lower limb ready for some of the load of running. Back and forward. See if you can lower. You enjoying yourself?
Yep.
And back.
Focusing.
Okay. I'm just going to take this one. One more time. And back. Lovely. I'm going to slip that away. And you can come down to sitting. Now, what we're going to do is add a little bit work to her calf muscles and release her calf muscles. So if you come forward a little bit there, and I'm going to put your leg just there. So you'll see, whoops, you can work out what that looks like. And what I'm going to do is just put those in there. Now remember that these are magnetized so that they will stay on there. And I've started halfway down her calf muscle, just where the gastroc muscle meets. And she's just going to roll her leg back and forward. It's nice, isn't it? Especially after that little tibialis anterior exercise. You can point and flex. And I'm going to work it down. Nice. Now, for some people, you will have ankle restrictions. And this might be because of something like drop foot. If you have that, these are some very good exercises to do within pain tolerance to start to release the leg so that we can start to work on some of the greater strength work. You're enjoying that, aren't you? Well, in a sort of sick way, yeah. It's pretty full on. So just let it just slip. And really what you're trying to do is have this either side and your muscle is in the middle so that you're massaging either side of the Achilles tendon. And let me take this down a little bit more, right down to this bottom bit. Nice. Back and forward. Okay, now one of the favourite exercises for most people is your ITB. Runners, but people with a lot of knee injuries will also find it quite difficult to release the ITB. Often you'll be given a foam roller, but you've got your Makarlu out, why not do that? Now you can have 2, 1 or all 3 domes depending on your tolerance. I'll be kind, you can just have 2. I'm just going to put that here and you're just going to roll and maybe start a little bit higher there, so. And you're just going to roll your leg up and down. Focus on her face as well because it's lovely. Now remember, I'm doing just one side here, but at home, don't forget to do both sides, okay? And what we'll do is we'll slip that down a little bit further, just back and forward. It's that genuine little smile that's happening here. Back and forward. And we'll do one more down here. Now you will work maybe 10 to 15 points along here. Okay. Now, what you might want to do is just do one more there, Severin, because I know you love it. And just back and forward. Now we're going to just do a quick little hamstring release while she's on that side. So can you just put your bottom down? Oh, that's it. And take your legs out. Now what we're going to do is she's just going to lift up and I'm going to put the other dome, generally they'll come in as a set, underneath her other leg. And what you're going to do is bend this knee. Here, I'll take this away from you. And you're going to just drop this out So you'll feel a bit of a piriformis stretch on that side, and you'll just rock and roll this leg. What you'll do is slowly work it down the hamstring. Now on this one, for some people, you might need all 3 domes in like that. And some people may also like to have it on the rocker base like that underneath the hamstring. It's just up to you what you find and what you can tolerate. Remember, you've only got to work to a 4 to 5 degree level of pain out of a pain level of 1 to 10. Thank you and enjoy.